There's a trail deep in the woods that's not on any map. Those who find it never return the same. Tonight, we are walking it together, if you dare. What if you stumbled upon a path that seemed to call your name? A place so quiet, so untouched, that it felt otherworldly. This story is about a trail like that, a trail that hides something no one should ever see. Get comfortable, because once we start, there's no turning back. Jake and his friends loved exploring the woods near their hometown. They'd mapped out almost every trail except for one. Local legends called it the Vanishing Trail. Supposedly, people who walked it would disappear, leaving behind nothing but their shoes. Of course, Jake and his friends thought it was just a spooky story meant to keep kids from wandering too far. But one chilly autumn afternoon, they found it. A narrow, overgrown path marked by a single weathered sign that read, "Enter at your own risk." The group laughed off the warning and stepped onto the trail. At first, it seemed normal. Birds chirped, leaves crunched underfoot, and the sun filtered through the trees. But as they went deeper, the air grew colder, and the forest became unnervingly silent. Strange things started happening. Jake's friend Sarah swore she saw someone watching them from the trees, but when they looked, no one was there. Another friend, Mark, found a shoe lying in the middle of the path, a shoe that looked oddly new. As they continued, the trail seemed to stretch on forever. Their phones lost signal, and the sun seemed stuck, casting an eerie twilight over everything. Then they found it. A clearing with an old moss-covered stone circle in the center. Carved into the stones were symbols none of them recognized. Mark joked about stepping inside the circle, but before anyone could stop him, he did. That's when the forest came alive. The trees groaned, shadows stretched unnaturally, and a low, guttural sound echoed around them. When they looked back at Mark, he was gone. Panic set in. The group called out for Mark, but there was no response. They searched the clearing and found nothing but his shoes, placed neatly inside the circle. Then the symbols on the stones began to glow. Sarah screamed as a shadowy figure emerged from the circle. It was humanoid, but wrong. Its limbs were too long, its face a shifting void. The group ran, but the trail seemed to change, leading them in circles. One by one, they vanished, their screams swallowed by the forest. Jake was the last. As the shadow closed in, he tripped and fell, landing face to face with an old, weathered shoe. It had been his grandfather's, the same one who had disappeared years ago. Before he could process what was happening, the darkness took him. Weeks later, hikers found the trail again. They reported hearing whispers and seeing shoes scattered along the path. The Vanishing Trail remains a mystery, but one thing's for sure. If you find it, don't walk it. Because once you do, there's no coming back. Think you'd survive the Vanishing Trail? Subscribe or check out the next story to find out.